Hello and welcome back. I'm just throwing points to 2-0 there, or 2 orange. We're going to get the rocket out for one last go. I'm pointing in the wrong direction, so the rocket's still sitting there at the station. Excuse the noise in the background, I've just got the 3D printer running. I'm printing a ramp for a car transporter as an experiment in a grey PLA that I have. Perhaps we'll have a glance at that in a moment. But it's been a busy week and I haven't really had a chance to plan a video, but I feel I should probably have one more run with this before I put it away. I don't really want to leave it out too much longer picking up dust, so let's give that a little power and we'll see if we can get it to run around a little bit, and then we'll see what we get up to next. See if we can get it over this point work. So as we've seen before, it is a little bit on the jumpy side. So it is a really terrific thing. And there we go. We have definitely come to a stall there on that large plastic part of the... I'm going to have to move this engine shed to lean over. Large plastic part here on the curved point. I think we should be in business there. Just catching the microphone on something there as well. So let's give that a little more power and see if we can get back underway. So I think possibly the coaches might benefit from a little bit of weight, but I'm not sure how the model will deal with the additional weight. They feel a little bit on the light side, so not too bad with that point work. Track cleaning car there. Get a nice climb here. So I know this video is probably going out sometime maybe February, but as it stands at the moment we're 2 weeks to Christmas. I think we're 11th December today, potentially. I've lost track of the days. It tends to have that odd feeling while you're waiting for Christmas to arrive. So of course we have the new variant of COVID-19 on the brink of making everything go all funny again. Well, I suppose funny is not really the right word because it's quite serious, but it's interesting times we live in. Not ideal for Christmas preparations. Whoops, there we go. Again, we've definitely got a bit of a stall there. So let's give that a little bit of encouragement. And I've got loads of things parked in the long sidings here at the moment. Got the Flying Scotsman, we've got these teak clear story coaches. There's great closed vans there. And that's the J83. And what else have we got? We've got that Hornby 00 R1, I think, there. And a variety of goods trucks and so on. So let's get this underway again. So we do have a point coming up which needs to be changed. Let's see if we just bring it to a stop before 8R there. There we have it. We'll just run over to the point. There we go. And let's see if we can get it back underway. So the last few weeks I've been taking stuff off here, so we're looking a little bit bare at the engine sheds at the moment. Perhaps I should have taken a better run up at it than that. So let's give that a bit more of a run. There we go, that's what we need, a bit of wheel spin. want to stop that before points 1B there. I'm just going to close up the elevated section now. Must have knocked this one. Let's have a look at this point here. Yeah, must have knocked that in my hurry to set up the camera. So let's just bring that through the crossover here. See, some points that runs through really quite nicely. Let's just give it one more run around the inside here. Off it goes into the distance. Actually, I've got a point open now. I've just seen that on the top of the frame as we came up to it. Definitely poor planning here. So let's push her backwards, and then we'll just go and flip that point. That sounds quite convincing. Let's give that a bit of a push through the point work there. Yeah, it's sitting on plastic again. It doesn't sit as level as it should probably. I think the flanges sit onto the base of those plastic parts on this model. Charging into life. Let's see if we can look underneath the elevated section at it coming through. And again, we've got some point work that are set against her here. So 2B. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong direction. There we have it. Perhaps with a little more power now. And I think that'll do it. So I think when I made the video a couple of weeks ago now, maybe, I said I hadn't had this out of the box since 2018. So it's been sitting around for quite a while. But sorry to drag it out again, but it just felt like I should have a bit of a run with it before I put it away. Let's just have a quick look over that. So it is an astounding piece of modelling or engineering, whichever way you want to view it, for the period. I think I'll just I'll put that away, and then we'll get something else out on the railway to have a look at. So we had this set running down on the carpet just a short time ago, but I think it seems I'm making a ramp for one of these wagons, or ramps. It seemed like a good idea to get this set out again, so I'll get this lot out on the railway in a moment, and we'll have a look at it pulling these wagons. But I had some broken parts, and I've made up another one of these, so that's what sort of spurred me into making a spare ramp, or ramps. Let's just pop that on the railway. This one does have a broken step. I think I mentioned that when we saw it in the video. It's that one there. You can see it was just lying in the box when the set came to me. Let's just pop that back on there. I'm not sure that's the way I'm going to run it around the railway yet, but we'll see. And we'll get one of these car transporters. I think they've all got a little bit of damage or wear and tear on them to some degree. Let's get that one out there. But we'll use that as a comparison to the ramp I've made. It's not a perfect copy, but I think at arm's length it's going to look relatively good. So we'll just ease that out there, and it looks a little like that. I haven't gone for that little sort of back detail on my copy. There, looked a little bit finer. Let me lift that up. I'll hold that up so we can see it. You can see we've got a little bit of detail on the edges there, which I haven't gone ahead and got. Look at the colour shift in that. So where the ramp's been down, I don't know whether that's sunlight or cigarette smoke or just general exposure to the air. So we'll just pop that into there. And then we'll just have a quick look at mine. So that's the one I've manufactured. So from arm's length, I think that's going to do the job. So it will just slot in there. So you can see this one's got plenty of parts missing. Again, look at the colour. And I've pinched the bogey off this one and just reattached it there. I haven't got a spare of it. I haven't had time to clean up the rust yet either, really. So if we look at this donor one here, there's been quite a bit of rust on that. It must have been damp at some stage in its life. And it's still got its central deck, but it's got many parts missing. So there we go, it just slots in there and it will roll over like that. So we're all in shadow. So I think this one's going to look quite smart once we get the cars on it. And again, grey's not a perfect match, but I'm talking about arm's length, and it's going to look good rolling around the layout. So let's just pop a couple of cars on the top deck there. I'm not going to manhandle this with one hand and try and make it roll up and down. So that looks quite impressive. What colour are we going to get on the end there? Perhaps a light green one. We'll put the light green next to the yellow. So let's just pop that on the rails. So the wheel, the axles could do with a little bit of a clean. The couplings I haven't adjusted the couplings yet, but I think in a moment we'll get around to that. Let's just back this up to the Ginty there, see if we can get that coupled up. Let's give it a little bit of power and see how we do with it. So I think we're going to be in business there. So it'll look quite smart with the three of them on there. So I'll go ahead and get those couplings adjusted and perhaps clean those axles up a fraction. And we'll get the rest of these on. And I know we've seen these things recently, but they're all sort of old favourites really. And I do love this set. If you want to see it in more detail, we'll leave a link to the video. And I think this bag just has the smoking element from the smoke unit in the Ginty. I've taken that out, so I'm never going to be able to run it quick enough to get smoke out of it. So we'll just get that all underway and have a look in a moment. Now I have the three transporters on the rails there. The Ginty just struggling a little bit with that curved point. I've noticed she does struggle with some of the point work, not all of it, but I don't think I want to start fiddling with the back-to-back because it does run nicely on the Super 4. And off we go. Lovely bright colours, those Minix cars, aren't they? I think the car transporter was available 65 to 74 in a number of different variations. And you can see there I got the rocket off the rails but not back in the boxes. So I think the car transporter was available in a couple of Canadian variations as well in the late 60s. And I think the Minix cars eventually got black wheels instead of chromed wheels at some point in the early 70s too. Another variant of the Ginty there, very long running model of the Ginty. Variations from the early 50s into the mid 70s. Lovely shot across the water tower there. And she will struggle with this point as she comes towards camera. Just a tiny jump there into the point. Lovely snake effect coming through there. And that brake van, that was I think 67, and it was R636, and it reverted back to R16, which was the original brake van, long-running model from the 50s. I think RO16 at some point in the 70s as well. I think there were slight variations on the colour and the roof as well. love this shot as there's snakes across the layout there and through the bridge. And then begin to negotiate the drop back down onto level ground there. Nice and smoothly. So I think I have mentioned I've got the smoking element removed from this model, so it's safely kept in the box there in case I want to make it smoke at another point. Lovely shot across the top of the station. Again, you can see the rocket there waiting to go back in the box and the damage on the corner of its box. Another brake van there with a dummy lamp on the back of it. Bright red crane and those green trucks. They're a lovely group of models together, I think. But I think that's probably about it for this video. Thanks again for watching, it's hugely appreciated. If you look back again next time, we'll have something else to look at. Goodbye now.